Hi everyone, a very good morning to one and all. Just let me know in the comment box if you're able to hear me and see me. Just put a thumbs up very fast. And I'm very happy to meet you in the morning every single day. And today, a lot of students had requested me to talk about their problem. And their problem was कि boss sir मेरा NEET PG 2026 है. And the questions that I have already with me are, sir, I have a busy internship. जस्ट स्टार्टेड इंटर्नशिप एंड मैं बताना चाहता हूँ जब इंटर्नशिप शुरू होती है ना तो बिजी लगती है सबसे ज्यादा बिजी तब लगती है जब शुरू होती है लगता है कि क्या हो गया मेरे साथ सो सर आई स्टार्टेड विद इंटर्नशिप और अबाउट टू स्टार्ट इंटर्नशिप इट इज बिजी second is I'm finished my internship and but I was not serious so far. I want to target NEET PG 2026. And second is, sir, I have already started studying in my third MBBS or in my final year. How should I go about it now? And another query I had was, sir, I have never studied for PG entrance. I bought some mobile apps and I have them in my phone, but I have never studied seriously. I'm starting now. What should be my strategy? And so what I'll try to do is I will target today the your primarily my goal will be to target the NEET PG 2026 and I'll give you the timelines. So just let me know in the chat box if you're able to hear me and see me. Okay. So let's take the first question. The first question is, okay, so what should be my goals in my head? Suppose you are right now in your internship. We have to now see what are the exams which are going to happen now. After the June, in the June 15th, 2025, you will have the NEET PG exam. You might say, sir, I'm not eligible for it. I understand that you're not eligible for it, but your goal should be after the June 15, 2025 NEET PG exam that will happen, you will see on the DAMS channel on the YouTube and also on our app, we will do a mega recall session in which the teachers will do the recall of the NEET PG paper and tell you how the paper was. Even if you are not preparing for the 2025 NEET PG, this session on YouTube you should attend. This will give you the idea that, boss, this is how the NEET PG really feels like. These are the questions, and this will help you to resonate with the teachers when the teachers tell you. Next exam that will happen chronologically will be you will have in the November month 2025 INICET paper. Again, it is likely that you might not be eligible for it, but we will look at the paper to understand the pattern. Then in the month of May 2026, you will have another INICET paper, and June, tentatively, keeping this year's timelines in mind, you will have the NEET PG 2026. So my question to all of you is that suppose we have to first of all see where I am eligible for. What I understand is that students who are right now starting internship, who have started in April, May, or June, you are going to be looking at both of these exams as your eligibility. You will be appearing for INI exam in the May month, and you will be appearing for the NEET PG in the June 2026, and these are your prime goals to be focused at. If I start counting from today, I'm counting from the month of May, you have more than a year. You have 12 months or 13 months to prepare for, which is a good enough time. Which is a good enough time. So let's try to draw the timelines now. If I was preparing for 2026 NEET PG, I would keep in mind that from today till the month of March 2026, I have the time to control everything. This is going to be my first phase or the predominant phase. In the month of April, May, and June, it will be primarily my revision months. So I should get 2.5 or 3 months of revision. So the first phase will be from today till the month of March 2026, and then you will have 3 months for revision. Is it enough time? Yes, this is enough time. But the problem is, if you're starting now, sometimes you start feeling कि boss मैं तो late हो गया, मैं नहीं कर पाऊंगा, and you confuse the matter. But if you look at it, it gives you good 12 months. Is it enough? Yes, it is enough to crack both the exam. It is enough to crack both the exams. Now let's go deeper into the strategy. So if I was in your place and I'm starting now, what would I do? I would define the goals in my head instead of looking at the exam and the outcomes. And I'm sure if you've attended any of my transform sessions, any of my videos, you know by now, I don't look at the outcomes and the, the final result. I look at the process. So my goals will be, in the first phase, I want to be sure that I have the content and the concepts. So once we say this, I will divide the students into two types. One type of students are the one who have already studied. So I know a significant amount of students with us who are right now in their third years and fourth years who have joined the DAMS Ultimate Live course on the app, or who have joined a face-to-face program with us, or a back to basics program who have already studied. If you have already studied, the questions that you need to ask to yourself are, have I made my notes for all 19 subjects? Do I have pendencies? Have I completed my workbook, or do I have pending subjects? If you have already started in your third year, final year, but you have pending subjects, I would give you, say, that let's give ourselves 30 to 60 days to cover our pending things. So, for the candidates who have already started, and it is okay to understand that even if you are a good student who started in third MBBS, you may not have covered everything by now, because we all know that we are all, humans are like procrastinators. We are all master procrastinators. So even if you had started, you might not have finished it. It is okay. You give yourself 1 or 2 months to finish the pending notes. If you're starting now and you have a busy internship, I will tell you two answers to the question. Number one, if you are a student who is very highly self motivated, if you are a very highly self motivated, highly disciplined candidate, I would suggest that you go for self learning course on the app which is called as Back to Basics. I'll explain to you how to use it. And if you feel that you need more discipline and you need external influence, I would recommend that you go to the Ultimate Live course on the app. If you've already studied and there is no pendency, if there is no pendency, I would recommend that you go to the NEET PG TND on the app. Don't go by the name. NEET PG TND is the classic TND for DAMS where both INISET and NEET PG preparation happens. Ultimate Live is the live course where you get the back to basics recorded also, but plus you have a daily live class happening every day at 5 p.m. So the difference between these are, this has a daily live class. Back to basics is included in all three. Okay, back to basics is included in the back to basics plan, ultimate live plan, NEET PGTND. All three of them will have pre-recorded lectures with you. So that is taken care of in all the courses. But the difference is, ultimate live class will have a daily live class happening at 5 p.m. So every day 5 p.m. a live class is happening, and a full circle of 19 subject happens in 6 to 7 months. In a period of 6 to 7 months, we are doing a full circle of 19 subjects. So what will happen is, if you are now starting, you have around 12 months, so you will actually have two cycles of live class happening with you. And so some lectures you will be able to attend, some you will miss because of internship, but every day a teacher is there live on the app keeping you on track. So if you are highly self motivated, you take the bare minimum back to basics and do it as per your own convenience. If you think you need little bit more support, external push, go for the ultimate life. If you've already studied, you will use the TND. What is the difference between TND and ultimate live? TND will have a weekly live session. That means not every day, but weekly live test and discussion session. So in TND, what will happen is you will have a weekly session of test being uploaded on the app, followed by a detailed discussion by the teacher. You might ask me, sir, how that discussion differs from any other MCQ discussion. It becomes more elaborate. In TND, we try to revise the entire subject, retrograde using the test paper, and give you the highlights of the subject in a MCQ oriented manner. So, what is our goal? Our goal is, we have to understand what are the possibilities and what are the abilities we can do. So first of all, I want to you to understand, even if you have a busy internship, So the problem with busy internship might be that, sir, boss, I may not be able to study and how to manage. So if even if you have a busy internship, you need to tell yourself. Many times in NEET PG, we find the rank one also had busy internship. So it is possible to do it with busy internship. All you need to do is remember the three lines for busy internship. Don't accumulate too much material. The exams are not going to ask unusual things. There is a Pareto principle called as 80-20 principle, that 80% of the questions in any exams come for 20% of the topics. So accumulating unnecessary material will not help. The second thing is, we need to learn everywhere. That means even when you are an intern and you find that your internship is going very busy, but at least at that time try to learn something from the your seniors. For example, suppose you are in a OT, try to observe what the anesthetists are doing, how's the apparatus placed. Whenever you are in the ward, see the Foley's catheter, see the drugs that the sisters are, see the tray that the nurses are using. Keep your eyes open so that you're learning everywhere and it will make your learning easy. And the third thing is, remember that third thing is very, very important. Make every day count. Even if you are in busy internship, make sure that you're doing something every day. Now, how I would structure my day and how what will be my goal? My goal will be in the first reading in internship, there will be three modes. Either I will be using back to basics lectures and completing the lectures at my own pace, or I will be using the ultimate live and do it with the teacher, or I will use my previous notes and do it with the TND. So every day your goal should be that maybe on an average I would want you to give 5 hours of your day every day to your concept building or your notes reading. Only difference will be, if you are a TND student, you will read your previous notes, prepare for the TND on your own self. If you're a back to basics students, you will have to switch on the back to basics yourself and read, listen to the lecture. Before below every lecture, you will have the notes annotated PDF by the teacher is already uploaded below it. If you're an ultimate live course student, you have to remember the 5 p.m. OD live. So the goal here has to be the first reading. The goal will be, your goal will be that I will be having my notes prepared by then. Okay. If I had already made my notes, I would be reading them with my TNDs, and I would be making my concepts by interacting with the teachers. The goal of your first reading should be that in a period of 9 months, 10 months, finish every subject at length. But reading only the notes is not enough. Notes is not enough. We need to have some MCQ practice also, because the final exam is going to be the MCQ based. So I am asking you that every day, 5 hours block, I want you to devote to your theory. 5 hours block every day I want you to give to theory. It has to be in the first reading for the 2026 NEET PG aspirants, either a 5-hour live class or 5-hour back to basics or your previous note reading, but 5 hours should be the ideal. I want you to give morning 1 hour every day for 50 MCQs. Morning 1 hour I want you to give for 50 MCQs. So this will give this middle part free for primarily for your internship. So I hope you understand my time management principle. That I am saying every day 1 hour in the morning I'll do 50 MCQs of the topics that I'm reading. Evening 5 hours are for my theory, and before sleep my final 1 or 2 hours are for reading whatever I had read on that day quickly. So suppose you attended a TND ultimate live class, you will read those notes in the evening once. Whenever you have free days in the internship, and you will definitely have some free days in between, this is the time where I will use it for my tests. In DAMS you will see these three kind of tests on your app initially. Later on you will also have CBTs and mock test. So the first test I want you to give in your first reading will be class test. The second test I want you to do in your revision will be SWT, and grand test initially I want you to give monthly. So every month you need to take out time for a grand test. After every subject, I want you to finish your CTs from your online test series. In the revision, we will use SWTs. This is going to be the circle that I will follow in my first reading. So let me help you and help you to solve the concept now, that whenever you are preparing for 2026 NEET PG, try to understand how will your day be. So every day morning I am doing 50 MCQs and giving myself 1 hour. 1 hour 50 MCQs of the topic that I'm studying. If I do it for 10 months, I want you to see the maths. If I do it for 10 months, it will be 50 into 30 into 10. You understand? That means every day I'm doing 50 questions, 30 days into 10 months. That will make it around 15,000 MCQs, which is proven to be anything above 10,000 in a year is a very good number to be at. So the goal is, if you do something 10,000 times in a year, you become a master. This is similar to, I'm sure you've all heard of the common phenomena that if I walk 10,000 steps, you know, it makes me fit. Similarly, you do 50 MCQs in a day. That is your goal number one. Goal number two is theory. How many hours? 5 hours theory every day. And in between I want you to take break also. So what I'll tell you is, if it is a ultimate live class, it will be 2 hours break, 2 hours approximately, like it will go. If it is your own back to basics reading, again you will have to give 5 hours. The problem is, when you are reading self through back to basics, some of the students, they read only 1 hour, 2 hour, and they get too tired. You have to give yourself 5 hours every day for theory. If you have already studied with us, then you will be going for test and discussion, so theory will be your only or pre-made notes. Third part will be, you will have to add a bit of testing. Testing will mean, after every subject getting over, within 7 days of a subject getting over, you will submit your class test on the app. This is available in your online test series. This is the first go reading I'm telling you. And once a month, every 30 days, you will touch all 19 subjects with a grand test. So irrespective of howsoever you might have studied, every 30 days you have to touch and give namaskar to all 19 subjects by appearing for a grand test. Are you able to understand this? So this is the first go, and this, the target should be, I have to give myself 6 to 8 months to finish all of this. Okay. Some people take 8, but the time is enough right now. The good thing is, time is enough. If I start now till March, I have actually more than that. So maybe most people are able to finish all 19 subjects in a period of 6 to 8 months. You can give yourself 9 also. It is okay, because you're preparing for 2026. 50 MCQs in the morning, 5 hour theory in the internship or evening. Rest of the time for the internship. In between, you need to find time for appearing for the class test. Maybe if you're finishing 2 or 3 subjects per month, it will be like, maybe you will be, suppose I give 3 subjects per month, it will be 6 months, 18 subjects. I should be able to finish in 6 to 8 months. And uh, 3 tests in a month, you have to appear for 1 hour test. You might be able to do it in 45 minutes, so it is not too tough to do. One grand test every 30 days. That is my phase one. And I'll always keep in mind the 80-20 principle. 80% of your paper will be from 20% of the topics, and these are, every topic which is high yield will be covered in your class notes. Now, what you can do is to accelerate your own preparation. If you are a live class student, or even if you are a back to basic student, you will see workbooks. On your app, you will see a icon to download the workbooks, or you can actually purchase the workbooks from your app directly. Or if you don't want to write at all, you can go for handwritten notes from the app. But my suggestion is, purchase the workbooks. The good thing about the workbook will be that you can actually download it from the app free of cost if you are a DAMS student, and put it on your iPad, just like I am doing, and you can write it with your iPad, make it digital notes. Or you can take a printout version of the workbooks. You can purchase it directly from the MediMart section of the app and make your notes in the workbook. So these workbooks are already filled up. There is only few things to be written that will keep you engaged when you're listening to the lecture. Because if the everything is written, sometimes you will not be able to feel fully engaged in the lecture. So workbook is the ideal thing to use to make your class notes. The second thing is, whenever you're doing your 50 MCQs every day, I would suggest that you will use the bookmark option for your conceptual mistakes. So in the app, you will find, in the DAMS app, you will find a area called as bookmark. So anytime you're making a mistake, which is a concept, you should bookmark, and you should target maybe 5 to 10 bookmarks every day. So that means I'm doing 50 MCQs in the morning and I'm creating 5 to 10 bookmarks for my later on revision. And my testing is primarily my class tests, which are there in my online test series, and my every 30 days I'm giving a grand test. This is my first go of my study. Then once I'm finished with all of this, and my target is, my timeline is March 2026, then I will shift to revision phase. Okay. So how the revision will feel like for your March exam, for your June exam, and for your INISET and NEET PG will be, in my first revision, I will revise my filled up workbooks. I will revise my notes. I will shift from class test to SWT on my online test series. So you will be surprised to see in your DAMS app, for every subject there are two tests: class test, SWT. So once you've done your CTs, now you will shift to SWTs, and you will revise your bookmark MCQs, and you will increase the frequency of your grand test to every 15 days in the revision phase. Okay. This is where you need to understand the date for this will be around 15 to 31st March 2026. This is going to be your revision timelines. And I also want you to know, it is very important that some people are, very confused between the idea that how to analyze my mistakes in the test. All these tests on the DAMS platform will come with video solution. So the key word for video solution is mistakes. Anytime you appear for a grand test, and it is very important, this is where we will use the revision phase more aggressively, that anytime I am making a mistake in my GT, I will listen to the DAMS video solutions and make notes in my wrong diary. Okay. So in the first reading, I will revise my notes. I will go to SWTs. I will increase the frequency of my grand test. I will revise my bookmark MCQs. And I will also aggressively, start making more of my wrong diary preparation as well. Now, this is going to be my first revision. First revision usually takes around 30 days. Then you can go for your revision number 2, which takes around 25 days. You can go for your revision number 2. In the second revision, in the second revision, okay, my suggestion for your second revision are these. Now you will now you've already done notes once, you have attended the lectures, you have done them with the after the lecture also, you've done one more revision of the notes. Now you will shift only to the high yield material for revision. For INISET paper, you will use the mission INISET from your short courses in your app, and for NEET PG you will revise DVT. By the time the next year's DVT would have happened in the around February March month, we will be conducting the DVT. Just like this year, we will be conducting the DVT 2026, and you would have your high yield revision material with you. You will give GT every 7 days. You will give GTs every 7 days. This is the time where the DAMS CBT will also start. So you will go to the computer center and appear for the CBTs for your INISET paper and your NEET PG paper. After every grand test, you will be revising your, say, your mistakes from the video solutions, making a wrong diary. Mission INISET will be, you will add it with PYQ discussions. So every year we do a PYQ ka BAP session where we revise the PYQs. First we will do INISET, and then you will go to the next revision phase of 20 days. In this 20 days, you will primarily do DVT and PYQs again, GT every 7 days. GT every 7 days. In the first revision of 25 days, you will also use the live rapid revision notes. In the second revision, you will use only DVT. And then before the exam, in the final 7 days, you will have one more revision of DVT. You will be appearing for CBTs in between, and you will use the wrong diary on the last day. You will use the wrong diary on the last day. Okay. So I hope this gives you the idea, because a lot of students were asking for the timelines. So I'll again revise for you. If I'm a final MBBS right now waiting for my internship to begin, and my target is NEET PG 2026, first goal will be, I will try to find out what is the date of the exam. Looking at the idea so far, this year they had announced the exam in June. So we are hoping that next year also they will do it in June 2026. So timeline number one will be from today till March 2026, March 15, 2026, I should finish all my class notes. I should make them. If I've already made them, I should do them again. I should follow the TND. If I've not done it, I'm self motivated, I'll go for back to basics. Or if I'm not self motivated, I'll use the live course on the app, so that every day the teacher is teaching and I'm able to do two-way interaction. Theory reading should be 5 hours a day. 50 MCQs should be solved every day from the topic that you're reading, 1 hour a day. Every month you should be appearing for 3 class tests. That means you're finishing 3 subjects per month minimum, and the class test you're doing from the online test series, and you're appearing for grand test once every 30 days. Okay, so that is your first phase of intensive study. In the second phase, you will have revision. Revision number one will be more elaborate, in which you will revise your main notes again. You will make the grand test frequency 15 days. You will revise your bookmarked MCQs from your DAMS question bank, and you will use the SWT paper for revision. This is the first revision, main notes. Second revision, you will shift to live rapid revision notes, DVT, and you will increase the frequency to 7 days. You will appear for DAMS CBTs also. Side by side, you're creating your wrong diary. Then in the third revision, you will skip the LRR also. You will only do DVT plus PYQ kebab. And if you are appearing for INISET, you will add the mission INISET side by side, GT frequency 7 days, and appear for CBTs also. And by the time you reach closer to the exam, the final day before the exam, final week will be only DVT and GTs and previous year questions. If you have not done them so far, you will do them in the final weeks also. Last day before the exam will be primarily your wrong diary. Last day before the exam will be your wrong diary. So I hope this gives you the perspective, because when you're starting, it is very overwhelming, and I thought I should devote one special session only to talk about students who are starting now to prepare for NEET PG 2026. This blueprint you can keep with you. You can bookmark this video. You can I'll share this PDF for today, this plan that I have made today with you. I'll share it on my Telegram channel, on the DAMS Telegram channel, as well as my radiology Telegram channel also, so that you know what is to be done. This will keep you in control and on target. So before I go for the day, let me take some queries. Some bachas is saying, sir, for daily MCQs, Anurag, should I do only the subjects we are So Anurag, Mera, my answer is, for daily MCQs, you should do the questions or the topics that you're reading. मतलब अगर मैं ENT पढ़ रहा हूँ तो ENT के क्वेश्चन करने चाहिए. Okay. I see एक बच्चा कह रहा है, sir, as I am nearer to the exam, there are many thoughts coming after the exam, what I will do. इट्स अ गुड आइडिया. सोचते हैं ऐसे, वन बच्चा सिंह, सो मैं उसको बोलूँ, सोचते हैं ऐसे कि यार एग्जाम एक बार हो जाए, घूमने जाएंगे. एंड हर साल एग्जाम से पहले हर कॉलेज में गोवा जाने का प्लान बनता है, फिर उसके बाद वो खत्म हो जाता है. तो वो भी सोच ले, तू भी सोच ले वैसा ही, कि दोस्तों के साथ गोवा जाएंगे, सब लोग मिलके फिर बाइक्स पे वहां घूमेंगे, ऐसा सोचते हैं. लेकिन मेन काम पढ़ाई करेंगे. इंस्टेड ऑफ फोकसिंग, जस्ट कीप इट एज अ रिवॉर्ड फॉर योर सेल्फ. यू मे और मे नॉट गो. आई एम टेलिंग यू आउट ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस कि वो कॉलेज में जो गोवा का प्लान बनता है, बहुत सारे लोग जाते नहीं है, लेकिन अभी बना लेते हैं, and keep it in mind. So I hope this gives you the perspective, and do share the video with your juniors. If you are a this year aspirant and your juniors are all confused how to study, when to start, what will be the timeline, how to divide my time in a single day as well as for the entire year. So I've divided your day, and I've also divided your entire year. I wish you all the best. Keep rocking, and let me know if I can help you further in strategizing for your upcoming NEET PG paper.